All I want for Christmas is 40 acres, a stocked pond, and a green belt tax exemption. If you're dreaming of starting your farm, homestead, or food forest here in Florida, then this video is for you because today we're talking about 5 mistakes that can cost you big when buying land in Florida. This is Forever Food Forest and I'm Christina. I'm a licensed real estate agent here in Florida and my goal is to help you grow your own food. Imagine your ideal Florida homestead. What does it look like? Is it 1 acre or 100? Do you have animals, chickens, goats, horses? For fun, not to eat, unless things get really tough. I'm sure our answers will vary. However, I think we can all agree that a Florida homestead must have a big wraparound porch and an ability to grow your own food. Things to look out for: number 1, if land is cheap, there's probably a reason. When I was younger and still looking for a place to start my food forest, I came across this beautiful piece of land. Like, this was a Florida dream. It had those big towering oaks draped in Spanish moss, lots of native Florida plants. Towards the back of the property, there was a little pond. It was zoned for agriculture, and the best part was that the soil report came back and indicated a high presence of peat. And I thought I hit a gold mine. If you're a gardener, you know that peat moss is a super versatile soil amendment. We should not use it because it's a non-renewable resource. And here is this property that is chock full of it. I should buy it just for Pete's sake. And little did I know at that time, all those things that I loved about the property are indicators of wetlands, a true slice of Florida. Wetlands are beautiful, they're part of our ecosystem, and they are also protected, which means not only are you not allowed to build on them, you can't even touch them or come within 50 feet. Does this mean that you should avoid a property with wetlands? Absolutely not. You can actually get a really good deal on land that has wetlands on it. You just have to be mindful of 2 things. 1, can you still do what you want on it with the setbacks in place? And 2, are you in the flood zone? You can always check the FEMA flood map to see if that property is in a flood zone. However, one of the best things you can do is to actually walk the property after a heavy rain. You can't build a solid foundation on sand. I think that's in the Bible. This next story happened to a client of mine. They were looking for a parcel of land to retire, put a mobile home on, and start a little tropical fruit orchard. So one day I get a call and they're like, "Hey, Christina, I think we found the perfect piece of land. Can you go and take a look? Let us know what you think." So I go out there and I pull up, and it is a very nice piece of land. Flat, cleared, zoned for mobile homes. Very important. But I'm looking around at the neighbors and I notice a couple things. So these guys are trying to grow some loquat trees, and those are the saddest looking loquats I've ever seen. And the guys over here can't even grow their own grass. So that makes a light go off in my head. Time to get out of the car, take a look at the soil. I didn't have to walk far. I look down, pure sand. I dig 5 inches, pure sand. I give them a call. I'm like, "Hey guys, the good news is it's a beautiful piece of land. The bad news is if you want to start your orchard, you are going to have to add some amendments. If you're making your own compost, it's going to take you at least 2 years before you can start growing your own food." When it comes to growing your own food, guys, it's all about the soil. If you watch my channel long enough, you know I teach you how to work with sandy soils, problematic soils. But if you can buy land that already has good soil on it, you are starting way ahead of the curve. So one day I'm at the office and I get a call, and it's this lovely couple, and they're like, "Hey, we're looking for some land." And I say, "Great, and we want to do something unique." "Wonderful, what are you thinking?" "We're thinking several acres, goats, chickens, and some tiny homes that we can Airbnb. And we want to be 10 minutes away from the beach." Just kidding. Love that idea. Just a teeny little problem. There's one thing that our local zoning board hates more than unregulated short-term rentals is tiny homes. So this brings me to the topic of zoning. Zoning is that invisible fence that is going to keep you from doing what you want to do on your land. So before you buy it, make sure that it's zoned for what you want to do. If you want to have goats, chickens, cows, any type of livestock, make sure to verify that the land you are looking at is zoned A or agricultural, and check with your local zoning to see how many acres they require per cow or goat. And these are the rules that you don't really want to break because they are enforced and the fines are steep. If you want to grow your own food, there is a law in Florida that prohibits the government from stopping you. So if you want to grow your own food, you can do that, except unless you're in an HOA, because then the HOA rules overrule Florida state rules. And if you want to put a tiny home or a mobile home, you still have to check and make sure that it's allowed. These property values are not going to raise themselves. So one time this man walks into the office and he is mad. What was he mad about? He moved down to Florida from Connecticut and retired, got himself a little mobile home in a mobile home park. He's like, every year I've paid them thousands of dollars. I am tired of these crooks. I'm going to buy my own land and put my home on it. And you know what? That is a great idea. If you want to be completely independent, there's nothing better than owning your own piece of land. Unexpected cost comes in a form of utilities. A lot of times people think that utilities are just going to be plug and play. Chances are you're going to have to put in your own septic, well, and run electricity. You're looking at least $30,000 in additional costs. There are two things that are certain in life, and that is death and taxes. So this next one is going to cost you, okay? You got your land, you got your septic, your well, you got the electric to it, you got your goats and your chickens and your barn and your food forest, and then the property tax bill comes and it's several $1,000s. Well, that's something I did not expect. Here's a pro hack that's going to take that tax bill from $8,000 to several hundred. And that is, you have to apply for the Greenbelt tax exemption. So in order to preserve the Florida's Greenbelt, farms, grazing lands, and forests, the state of Florida allows you a tax break. And as long as that land is used for legitimate agricultural purposes, which having a homestead or a little food forest most certainly is, you qualify for a tax break. And the thing you need to do in order to get that tax break is to apply for it before the deadline of March 1st. And this can literally save you thousands every single year. If you are looking to buy land here in Florida for your homestead, farm, or food forest, I would love to help you. I'm going to put my contact information down below. And if you already have land and you need a little guidance, I'm also available for consultations, and you can book those through foreverfoodforest.com. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.